What is going on, guys and girls? Welcome back to TV and me. I'm of course Kevin, and it's time again for the Walking Dead weekend.
We're gonna find a gap and go. You don't need to be afraid.
Go to hell.
You need to know it's safer out there than it is in here. Start moving. Start moving.
Let's go. Come with me now. You get me to the infirmary, I save your life.
Well, how am I meant to concentrate on any of this right now? I don't know if Carl is dead. I saw his shot in the eye, but he was talking after, so obviously it wasn't a brain shot.
I didn't want to hurt you. I just had to stop you.
You saved him for you, not us. If it was for us, you would have... I should have killed you. I should have.
You can't.
The letter was clear. Could have made it.
You turned back for me. Maybe it was because you needed a doctor. Or maybe you changed. You ready?
Please let Carl be okay. Come on.
The kid. Is he bit?
Nope.
What?
This is a gunshot. Handgun. Close range.
Please save him. Please.
That's gonna draw them here.
No. What's he doing?
What are you doing?
Rick.
Hold on. He needs my help. One more suture, but he's out there. This is his son. Give me a second.
He's taking them all on. We have to go get him. What? We have to. This is it.
Okay, got it.
Fuck. If you're gonna step up, now's the time. Is he gonna go help as well?
Gabriel. What are you
we've been praying together, praying that God will save our town. Our prayers have been answered. God will save Alexandria. Because God has given us the courage to save it ourselves.
I'm gonna go help Rick.
I'm going too.
I'm with you. All right, me too.
Right behind you.
Eugene, you don't have to.
That's incorrect. I do. No one gets to clock out today. And hell, this is a story people are gonna tell.
Come on, team.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Glenn, get to Maggie. Oh, fuck's sake. Please, no more. Not again.
Appreciate it, pal.
Fuck me! Shit, man, they're gonna do what Dwight and Sherry did, aren't they? With the fuel. Oh, fuck me. Is he gonna survive? Please say he
I
is.
was wrong. I thought after living behind these walls for so long that maybe they couldn't learn. But today, I saw what they could do. What we could do. Everything Deanna was talking about is possible. It's all possible. I see that now. When I knew we had this place again, I had this feeling. It took me a while to remember what it was. Because I haven't felt it since before I woke up in that hospital. I want to show you the new world, Carl. I want to make it a reality for you. Please. Carl.
Holy shit. I've had to take an hour break after that episode because that was pure insanity. Absolute mayhem. So much happened, so much went down, so many happy moments, like the opening. That has to be one of the most shocking, crazy, joyful openings we've had on this entire show. I mean, I was not expecting to happen what happened with the RPG and Daryl. I have to say that those are the moments that I remember most, that I enjoy most, because as you know, with these reviews I do, with these recaps, I try and speculate a lot. I try to see what's coming down the line in terms of the story, and that was one thing I never saw coming, the way that whole situation went down. And because I didn't see it coming, because I didn't have an inkling as to what was going to happen and what did happen, it was craziness, and I love that moment. But of course, we then went into the main gist of the episode, and there is so much to talk about, like I say, but it started off well because we actually started further on down the road to where we ended last episode, where Sam was calling out for his mum. So I honestly thought maybe Sam had got over that little, hiccup. He'd suddenly realised that maybe he shouldn't be calling for his mum, because we started further down the road and he wasn't calling for her anymore. So I thought, wait a minute, is this going to be a much happier episode than I expected? Because I honestly thought Sam was going to die, or he was going to cause someone to die. Of course he did later on, but oh, that sucks so much. But, I thought we'd got past it at the beginning of this episode. But, of course, then we went into the misery with Jesse being killed, which I really didn't want to happen. I really didn't. I have to admit, I'd prepared myself for Sam to die after last episode. I honestly thought he would die, and as sad as it is to see a child like that go, a scared child, a confused child, I would understand the writers writing him out of the show. Same with Ron. Even though last episode it seemed as though he had developed some sort of respect for Carl, I still had that nagging feeling in the back of my head that people don't change like that. Just because, Carl stuck up for him in that moment, I didn't feel like it would ultimately change Ron's mind on the whole thing. And the second he got, just an excuse to shoot at them again, he did. I'll go more into that in a second, but the end of the episode, of course, was much more joyful. We had, and this is probably one of my most favourite moments in the entire Walking Dead series as well, the moment where the Alexandrians really did become Team Fam. People that I have doubted, Spencer, who I have doubted, he stepped up to the plate. Just Gabe as well. Gabe, a character that he's a man of God, he's a man of faith, he doesn't want to kill, he hasn't wanted to go head-to-head with the walkers. Every time we've seen him, he's just run away from them. He hasn't tried to fight them off. And, that episode where he betrayed Rick and the group, I didn't think he'd ever be the character that stood up and helped Rick in a situation, but he came forward, he started fighting the walkers. Everyone in Alexandria did who could. Even Eugene, the self-admitted coward who, we've seen moments of bravery from him, but he recognised that that moment was the moment to step forward. That was the moment. If you were to die, that was the moment to die. And they all came together, and it was incredible. And it's bringing me to tears now just thinking about it. It was a magical moment. And the final cherry on the cake at the end there, when I had feared the worst that Carl was dead, then I got a bit of hope when Rick was carrying him, and he talked after he got shot. So I suspected that the shot wasn't fatal, but, still, in the moment, I'm worried that it could be fatal and it could kill him. But at the end there, we saw Carl grab Rick's hand. But it's just occurred to me at this moment, shit. What if Carl is dead? Because the episode ended on that. What if Carl is dead? And he's turned, and that's why he's grabbing Rick's hand. Fuck. Oh, I can't handle that. So let's get into the proper review. Firstly, the deaths. I mentioned it, Sam, I'd mentally prepared myself. Ron, I'm not too fussed because of the character he had become. And, the fact that he shot at Carl. And Jesse is the one that I'm truly sad for. We'd seen, and I'd spoke about it many times before in my reviews, that she seemed like she could be a survivor, but the moment where Sam started to get eaten, I saw a look in her eyes. You could tell just from the character she is that was it for her. I said it, I think, like a fraction before she did get attacked. She's just going to let go. She's not going to continue. And sure enough, the moment I said that, she got surrounded and eaten. It was really sad to see her go. And in that moment, you could see Rick break as well. And I'm going to say something here which may seem a bit strange, but if Carl is to pull through this situation, if he hasn't turned, and him grabbing his dad's hand isn't him as Walker Carl, and he is still alive, which, God, I hope so, but if that is Carl, maybe Ron shooting Carl was probably a benefit, even though it don't seem like it. I mean, he's blinded Carl in one eye, but Ron doing that to Carl caused Rick to then go out into the walkers and start attacking them. He broke in that moment, and him going out there and doing that made him realise that the Alexandrians are part of his group. They are part of his family. And that actually brought Rick back from the brink of going psychotic again. Because had Cole not been shot by Ron and Jesse had just died, I feel like Rick might have gone down the bad road again of, I don't care anymore. It's us and them. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he might have just gone back to the old group and said, look, we don't need these people. Look what happened. Sam panicked, he got killed, and because of that, someone I cared for, someone I loved, Jesse, got killed as well. Then again, you could bring the counter argument that had Ron not shot Carl and Rick was psychotic, maybe he would have started fighting the walkers anyway, but I don't think so. I feel like the only reason he started fighting the walkers was because he thought he had nothing left to lose. I mean, he had Judith, but I think losing Carl really tipped him over the edge of doing that. Otherwise, he would have been smarter because he knows he had Carl with him and he would have had to protect Carl and get him to safety. Another amazing moment, which was teased to be a bad moment, was Glenn being surrounded by the walkers after rescuing Maggie. I honestly thought in that moment, my prediction had come true. They were going to kill one of those two in order to just, tease us that he's alive and then kill him later on. I did say Maggie before, I thought they'd kill Maggie, but Glenn, I sort of saw coming as well. But in that final moment, thanks to Daryl's quick thinking in that moment at the beginning where he shot all of them with an RPG, which again was a moment that I loved because I didn't see it coming. It was just incredible to see Abraham and Sasha on that wall mowing down those walkers. I'm surprised they didn't shoot Glenn though, because they were spraying those guns like crazy, but thankfully they got back and they saved Glenn's life, and hopefully now we can have a reunion moment between Maggie and Glenn. I need that moment. I've been asking for it for like 4 or 5 episodes. And it's about time. As awesome as that moment with Glenn was, a moment which was not so much awesome, but just confusing and made me question like everything I've said about Morgan and, his ideology is the wolf and his actions in this episode. So when push came to shove, when it mattered, the wolf went back and rescued Denise, or stopped a walker from getting her anyway, and he got bit himself. Now, there's the argument to be made that he was only going back to get Denise in that moment because he was injured, he needed a doctor, she was the doctor, and basically she was his only insurance that he would get out of there alive because he could, put a gun to her head and protect himself. So there's that argument, but the one thing going against that, and the fact that maybe Morgan did get through to Owen, is that in the final moments where Rambo Carol came out of nowhere and shot him, like she had wanted to for so long, that in that moment, he threw himself in front of another walker and protected Denise again, even though he was shot and told her to run. So his last act was to protect someone. So did Morgan get through to him? Is Morgan right? I really don't know. I'm still in this mindset that some people can't be brought back, but if this wolf can be brought back, maybe everyone can. I mean, this man looked like he was the worst of the worst. He didn't care about killing people. He talked to people before he killed them, so, he had no emotion towards them. He carved a big W in his head, so, the man is obviously mentally unstable, but he chose to save Denise. I honestly don't know how I feel about the whole situation. I really don't. I need to have more time to think on it. I definitely need to watch this episode again, like I always say with these big episodes, because I have to be honest, when Carl was shot, I sort of switched off for a little while. There was a whole scene with Eugene and Rosita and that after, which I was staring at the screen, but I wasn't hearing any of the words because I was in my own mind thinking about that moment with Carl. Which is part of the problem. When they do these sorts of deaths, like halfway through an episode, I'm sort of shell-shocked for a moment, and I'm not really listening to the show. So, like I say, gotta go back to it, and I need to process this information with the wolf. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, though. I mean, we've all been against Morgan's philosophy, well, the majority of us in the comments section, and it seems like Morgan was proved right in this instance. So, has your opinion changed? How do you feel about Morgan now? Do you think they should go out of their way to help people who seemingly are murderous, and crazy? For me personally, I need to think on it. I need more time to process everything that happened, and I'll be happy to admit I'm wrong should I come to the conclusion that Morgan's way is right. There's so much more I want to talk about, but I've got to be honest, I'm still a little shell-shocked from that episode. I mean, like I say, started off in a joyous way. Halfway through it got crazy, sad, seeing Jesse go, seeing Carl shot. And at the end there, it was joyous in the fact that, Rick sort of came to his senses and we saw the Alexandrians become top part of Team Fam officially. And Rick realising that. But, I thought the end was joyous as well with Carl grabbing Rick's hand. But that thought that maybe Carl's turned and he's dead has got me a little worried. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he is alive and, things are going to move forward and Alexandria's been rescued, but I can't help but dread the worst. So I'm going to leave this review here. No doubt there's more stuff you want to hear my point of view on, and what I'll do is I'll do an extra long recap next episode, when I've seen the episode again, when I've actually heard your guys and girls' thoughts in my comment section, because I find that when I post a video, you guys and girls put so many amazing points, loads of character stuff in my comment section about the episode, stuff I missed. And I find that you give me more talking points. So put your questions or put your points of view in the comment section and I'll talk about them all in the next recap. So before I go, I do have a Patreon question for this episode, and it came from Mitchell Wilson. And he basically asked, was this one of the most intense episodes ever, and where does it rank amongst my most memorable? As far as the first part of your question, was this the most intense episode ever? Yes, absolutely. And the way I can tell is this episode flew by. Absolutely flew by. And an episode which has my attention from start to finish. I'm not wondering how long we're into the episode. I'm not wondering, what's going to happen next. I'm just in the episode. I'm focused. I'm just traumatized. This has to go down as one of my top 3 for sure. I don't know where it ranks yet. Like I say, I've got to watch it again, but ones at the top of my head which rate alongside it are the termite one, with that opening with them getting bashed on the heads and their throat slit. That's still one of the most memorable and disgusting and violent scenes I've seen in a TV show, and it sticks in my head. Another episode which sticks up there with the most shocking and intense was probably, and I don't know if it was just the episode, but the moment was definitely the episode with Rick killing Shane. That episode still sticks with me to this day. It was such a shocking moment and I wasn't expecting it. So yes, it was crazy intense, and it's definitely up there in my top 3. As for where does it rank in my most memorable, again, that goes along with the intense situation. Top 3 again, for the same episodes I explained. Shocking moments, or moments which surprise me, equals memorability. And this was certainly an episode where it had plenty of moments which I did not see coming. So definitely a memorable episode. Where does it rank? Top 3. So thanks for the question, Mitchell. I appreciate it. So now I'm going to go get a cup of tea. I'm going to go chill out. I'm going to go put something happy on TV and just relax for a bit and get over this. And then I'll dive back into the episode at a later date. So as always, guys and girls, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. This was a humdinger of an episode, and thanks for sharing it with me. So until next time, thank you for watching, and bye-bye. Thank you for watching The Walking Dead Weekend with me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up because it helps me and it helps the channel grow. Also, if you've got any thoughts or theories about the episode, remember you can leave them in the comments section below. But please, no spoilers. If you'd like to support me even more than you do now, you can find me on Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month you can take part in Patreon polls or even get early access to my videos. And finally, if you want to keep up to date with the channel, you can find me on Twitter at TVandMeReacts, or you can subscribe.